And what a morning it's been. I'm here in my backyard. I got a bucket of concentrates. Today's Mama Bird's last day of her vacation. She goes back to work tomorrow. Yesterday, we had a big storm come through. I don't know if you guys can see the big pile of limbs and brush here. We got another one in the front. It's been crazy. I've got everything cut up, piled up, a little bit of mess left. I told Mama Bird, I said, I need a break, and I'm going to sluice some material. Now this is some material that me and Mama Bird, Joe and Hopper, we were all down at an undisclosed location in the mountain ranges. Got a premiere coming out tonight, Mama Bird does, on her channel at Mama Bird 70. Hey, Bud Files, my lovely crafts. Dan Gothier, howdy. Top of the morning to all you guys. I hope you're doing well on this Monday morning. Got my coffee. I'm going to run some material down to 6-inch Dream Mat Trek Sluice using the Flower Gold Wizard Smooth Water Header Box, the best header box ever designed. Ground Fog, howdy. David Alphonse Ediard, howdy. Welcome in. Lombard, did you see my lovely crafts is in there?
And she had a night. That's my friend Jess. Not only did they get affected by the storm, they got a tree that stabbed through their house.
Jess, we got a tree that stabbed through our camper, and it's back here. I pulled it out. I've got my canopy set up, and it destroyed my canopy. It was a storm. Let's say that it was a storm. Dorothy Richardson, howdy. Welcome in. Top of the morning to you. I hope you guys are all doing well. Tim Ivins. Assad says, hello, Put Ivan. I'm not sure what that means, but hello to you, Assad. Top of the morning to you. I hope everybody's doing well. I needed a break from the storm cleanup, and I was in the middle of getting tonight's live set up when the power went off, and we was without power for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. Luckily, we have generators, and I was able to get them all hooked up and got all our refrigerators, deep freezes, and all our essentials plugged in, and everything was good. But there is still tens of thousands of people I've seen here in the Ozarks without power from that storm. Trees went down everywhere. It was crazy. Call of Duty Saga, howdy, welcome in. We're go prospectors, and I've got some material here that I'm hoping is loaded. Now this material, this bucket is from day one when we was prospecting. I dug down about 2.5 feet or so behind this big root system, and I did see some color. Now we were speed panicked because where we're prospecting at was inside the National Forest. You're not allowed to use any sluices, any equipment, nothing. All you can use is a scoop and a pan. And those of you that have ever prospected knows it's hard to get material in a scoop and a pan and make it amount to anything. But we're used to it here in Missouri, and we've got a system, a little speed panning system down that we go pretty fast, and we can fill a concentrate bucket up pretty good. So there's no telling how many actual big pans are in here, and probably 100, maybe 125, and panning it down, speed panning it, get it down to the black sands, nothing but the heavies, dump it in, go. Just keep going, digging and going. But you guys will get to see that later tonight when we come in. Dina Littlehell. Was it Dina that found that huge nugget? Picker? I would call anything that big a nugget.
Nikki Lee, Hobo Rob.
Smokestream, welcome in. He says my sound is crippling. Well, I apologize that my sound is crippling you, but you know what? That's my sound. That's who I am. And the train in the background. I bet Hobo Rob likes that train sound in the background.
Choo choo. Olympian Zeus says take a trip to Colorado. There's lots of people here who pan and do well in the mountains.
I have. I've panned Colorado, and you know what? Colorado's a great place to be.
Dominique Roy, welcome.
What did I find that gentleman Prospector said? I don't know. So we're gonna turn this speed controller on here. We're gonna get it going. This is a recirculating water system that I got set up here. It holds 3 gallons of water, and I have a gallon of water in my panning station over there.
No, Dina said she won the picker. She didn't find it.
Oh, she won it. I see. Well, still, you know what? That's a big win. Nikki Lee, welcome in. Hi, Nikki. Ohio State says you're going to Alaska.
That's awesome.
Hello, Zadell Fabry. And I apologize if I mispronounce your name. Tim Ivan says, I hear the train coming. It's coming round the bend. MGK, howdy. It kind of looks like a little orbit donut machine. Yeah, it does kind of look like a little orbit donut machine. This is a Dream Mat Spec Sluice. It's 6 inches wide and 22 inches long. And will you use it to find gold with?
Good morning, Miss Gail.
Miss Gail, howdy. I mean, it's static. Yeah, I can't help that. I'm streaming on my phone, and you know, any of the sound out here you hear is natural. And I'm in a neighborhood, so you might hear lawnmowers fire up, you might hear trains in the background, you might hear dogs, you might hear fireworks. You can't ever tell what you're going to hear.
Just said time to make the donuts.
Time to make the donuts. So there is some bigger rocks in here that I did throw in here that I wanted to keep.
And somewhere my packet's in there, I think.
So let's take a look at some of this material here as it runs down the sluice. Now as I start running, already black sand's everywhere. As I start running this, that water's going to get cloudy and muddy. But that's okay. We've got a good surfactant in there. We use a rinse aid as a surfactant. And that helps break the water tension up. And that allows the specific gravity to work the way it's supposed to. Because gold is 19 times heavier than water. Gold is the most dense thing in the water. And therefore, it's going to sink down before anything else does. Cut in and out, says Smokestream. I'm sorry, pal. I wish there was a way I could fix it.
Dina says there's something affecting your sound. It's not the same as usual.
Well, I'm not sure what it might be.
My phone's turned down, so I can't hear it.
Let me see what I can do. I live so close to the tracks that I can feel the vibrations from the train when they roll in, says Rob.
Dina said it almost sounded like something electrical. Smokestream says it's way better.
That's better?
Yeah, they all said it's better.
Okay. I'm not sure. It may get worse again when I walk away from the camera, so I may have to bring that closer to me. Well, see there, Smokestream? You fixed my stream for me. And Smokestream 420. It's 420 somewhere. I guarantee you. Ooh, there is a beautiful, beautiful piece of granite. That's why I saved that. These bigger ones that I saved that I threw in there, I'll be pulling them out as we go down.
She said Nikki says the water's louder when you're over there. I don't know.
Huh.
Spoke says rainbow.
You know what? I could probably, it'll make the water louder even yet, but let me move that. Let me move that just a little bit closer. And you guys can see the dream mat a little better too. Here, while I'm here, let me show you this. There's one of the pop. This is the limb that went through my camper, and you can see it. I got it piled up. I've got to haul it off. But that, you guys will be able to see the dream mat a little better.
Howdy, Crash.
Crash, howdy. It's picking up the water sound instead of me. That's probably true.
Holistic Nick says, where'd you get the dirt?
This came out of the St. Francis Mountains, deep in the mountains, and it's in Missouri. It's in southeast, south central Missouri.
Good morning, Blind Prospector.
A place we call No Tellin' Creek. Oh, look at that. Look at that rhyolite, mama bird. That's why I saved that. Nice crushy piece. Crushy.
Mainly Off-Grid says hello.
Howdy, howdy.
Blind Prospector, good morning. Mustang.
Mustang says, glad you survived yet another stir. Gold morning to you, that's right. And I hope you're all having a little Golders in your cup. Ah, good stuff, good stuff.
WA Fishing Adventure says howdy, howdy. Howdy, Smokestream.
Mainly off-grid, they said that mainly off-grid was another man. We love our northeastern, our New Englanders up there.
See ya.
Somebody took a train ride already, it looks like.
Choo choo.
Woo, woo. Hey, Dennis Bigfoot. Trey Hodges. You know, Trey, I'm glad you subbed and you liked the stream. And, you know, if you're in here 10, 15 minutes, you're going to earn a moderator. We like you guys to connect to all these other fine channels.
There's Dirt Devil,
I
Mr.
know
Roger.
Washington Fishing. I've seen him.
Mr. Roger with Dirt Devils in.
Hey, Roger.
And it just started pouring.
And it's raining, but that's okay. I'm under a half of a tarp or canopy.
And I am not.
Tuna fisher, I hope I get something good too. I really do. What I expect, if anything in this, will be micros. Another nice piece of granite. Space Age says there's gold in them there hills. You got that right, Space Age. There is gold in them there hills. I haven't seen anything pop up in the indicator mat yet. Tuna Fish says, I was the first person to properly pronounce their name. You better write that down because GP hacks everybody's name. I've got such a southern drawl and such a hillbilly accent to me that I usually just am terrible at name pronunciation.
Hi, Tabarka Nature. Good morning.
Oh, what a beautiful look. Look at that conglomerate. Boy. I see some rock smashing coming on Mama Bird. Tuna fishing says they're down in Texas. You know, Texas, Donna's down in Texas too.
Big Movie. Welcome.
Big Movie 18. Welcome in, pal. Always a pleasure to have you.
He's a night owl. Jackson Johnson says,
Hey, do you remember me? I said I hope you find gold in the previous slide. Jackson, I do remember you. I absolutely do. So guys, everybody that's in here, that's coming in live, we've got 53 amazing people. Don't forget, tonight, at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern, we're going to have a live stream, and we're going to be doing a giveaway. We're going to be doing some duck race giveaways, Mama Bird.
Woohoo!
And we're going to be giving away some gold. 0.15 gram bags of Missouri Po' Boy pay dirt. And everybody in chat that is a subscriber to the channel is eligible to win.
Good morning, Janelle Watson says hi, and Traveling Patio says good morning, everyone.
Top of the morning to you. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Hippo has a question for you. Do you find lead too, or only gold?
Oh no, we find a lot of lead, lots of lead. And you know, that's the thing, to be a good steward, as a prospector, as an outdoorsman, hunter, fisherman, I mean, we do everything outdoors. Anytime we see stuff that can contaminate the water, you know, lead, iron, trash, we always try to pick it up, clean it up, and bring it with us. And, you know, the heavy, lead is also a heavy, and it will sink down with the black sands, with the rhyolite, with the hematite, magnetite, and the gold. And we, if it's in there, we bring it home with us, and we properly dispose of it. We usually recycle it. I actually, by recycle, I make sinkers. I make my own sinkers to go fishing with. And I have a container that I keep all my lead in, my casts, my molds, and stuff like that. I do believe I see my first micro in there, Mama Bird. Woo! We got gold in the dream. Oh, and I see a piece right here. That could be pyrite. That's shiny, 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 but it look good, whatever it is.
Good morning, Brian Kinnison.
Brian Kinnison, welcome in. Mr. Chicken. Yeah, tuna fisher, you should try that sometime. And you've been in there long enough that...
Blind Prospector says he's going to miss it. He's going to be on the plane.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? There'll be another one Wednesday. Once I found mercury underwater, but no way to remove it.
Well, thanks for hanging out, Jackson.
Hippo, we find mercury sometimes too. Mercury, the old timers, whenever they mined for gold, if it was a lot of fine gold, real flour gold, they used mercury to collect it with. You're not allowed to do that in most states now. It's illegal. But there's times that we do find mercury in the water, and a lot of times it's all attached to gold. And you don't want to put mercury with your gold because the mercury will win. It will attach itself, and then you end up having to try to leach it out, and it's a process.
Dina said between all the sunburn and bug bites, she's hurting.
Hey, there's Smoke Stream. Hey, it looks like Smoke Stream's in Canada. Awesome. You know what? We have a lot of Canadian brothers and sisters, and we love them all.
Tuna Fish said, I'm a mod? Awesome. You can connect all the channels that way.
Smoke Stream just got smurfed too. They just got turned blue. Howdy, welcome in, Brooke. Good to see you.
No, we don't hate black people. Bye. Thanks, Dorothy.
We love everyone. I don't care what color your skin is,
Good
what
morning,
national
Adam.
origin you are. I don't care what race you are, what religion you are. We love you. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic, and I love humans, and that's what it amounts to. I put everybody's life above mine, and always have.
That is super cool, Trey Hodges. They found out what kind of shark tooth they found in the concrete in the driveway. It's a tiger shark or a great white. That's awesome.
Wow.
That'd be a cool find. Angel says, what are you doing? He's
I have no hate
gold.
for anyone.
I'm fixing to get poured on, I think.
Mama Bird says
I'm
she's
sitting
gonna
under
get
the
poured
hole.
on. You could be over here in the dry part.
No. Gojo says, I'm back.
Howdy, Gojo. Welcome back, pal. Roger says there's only one race, the human race.
That's right.
And Roger, that's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
You would think these mosquitoes would not want to be out in the rain, but they are here.
Hobo Rob got some nice iron stain pieces yesterday. That's cool. You know, we every once in a while here we'll run into an iron stain piece too. Usually when we get the iron stain ones, they're a little bigger pieces too.
Holistic Nick says, how much was your setup and where did you get it?
Brian Kinnison's headed out to the river. I think he's going to the Wham today. How much is your setup and where do you get it? Well, this setup here, the 6-inch Trek Sluice by Dream Mat, you can usually pick that up for around $100. The 6-inch smooth water header box is about $60 to $70. And then I've got a bilge pump and a speed controller hooked up. The whole setup is just under $200. And it's got the combo Dream Mat in it, which comes with the 6-inch Trek Sluice. The Trek Sluice comes with 2 mats.
Big Movie's going to go back to sleep. Just wanted to send some support. Sounds good, Big Movie. We always appreciate you and your support.
Understand. We'll see you later tonight, Big Movie. Thank you, Gojo. Appreciate that.
Did you say hi to Adam?
Adam Wise. Howdy, Adam.
Archaeology and Gold Miss Gail is telling Rob that she's going to post a picture of the stained black nugget from Dawanica.
Cool.
That's cool.
Killer Bo Dealer. We love seeing them pictures.
How come every time you get ready to go live it rains? Is A3 Sky Warrior lurking out there?
I believe that the Rain Man is out there and lurking.
Good morning, Brooks Taylor.
Howdy, howdy. Welcome in, Brooks Taylor. We're running some amazing material from the Ozark Mountains that I am seeing some gold up here in the indicator mat. I'm seeing some flecks down here. And after we get this bucket ran, we are going to pan it out. We're going to do a cleanup. We're going to see what we got. And we even got a scale out here. We're going to try to weigh it up.
Awesome.
If it's a weighable amount. I'm not seeing a weighable amount right now, I'll tell you that. But if I think it's enough to move the scales, we'll dry it out and weigh it out.
Adam said he's looking forward to it. He's got the day off. Good morning, Boot. Today is blessed with gold. Dan said they were still in Coos getting that shine.
Anastasia Perry, welcome in. Howdy.
Hope Hensley, Brooks Taylor.
Hi, Hope Hensley. Luke Jopley says that today is blessed with gold. I hope so. I certainly do. These are some super, super heavy, full of black sand material here. And we do test pans on the river, on the creek, but we always bring all our material back and clean it up at home in a controlled environment. This big old rock that we're going to wash off here. Ooh, look at that. I don't know why I saved that one. That's pretty. This is some of the material here, guys. Big old piece of granite.
Oh no, Jess said it's raining in the house. The landlord didn't put the
Oh,
tarp on right.
08 HP. Hey, pal, we're trying to find some gold. We're cleaning up some material out of the St. Francis Mountain Range here in Missouri, the 24th state union, and we're looking for gold.
So
Looking for gold.
I see that too.
Nice
Dorothy.
piece of mineralized quartz.
Somebody timed out Hope, and I'm not sure why. That could have been an accident. We love our mods to be on top of things, but we don't want to time people out if they just say hi. It could have been an accident. Hello, Evan. Hello,
It
Stephanie.
looks like JoJo is doing something they probably shouldn't be. So
No, timed out. Yeah.
yeah, I'm gonna need one of my managing mods to go up and find Dojo.
Good morning, Nikki Whistler. Stephanie says happy Monday.
That ended. I took care of it myself.
Yep. Boot, he took care of it. No more abusing the power.
Yep. That happens, and we do have managing mods in there, and that when they see somebody abusing the power, they go bye-bye, and
Choo choo!
they went on a train ride. Stephanie, welcome in. First time on the stream. What are we doing today? We're trying to find some gold, Stephanie. Some good, shiny Missouri gold. And I can see gold in my indicator map. It's bouncing around in there.
That's exactly what he's doing, Marcos. Looking for gold. Good morning, Careless.
Hey, Careless Whispers. Hi, Careless. Today is Mama Bird's last day of vacation.
Morning, Bless Mama.
And I've been out. I started last night cleaning up some storms that came through yesterday. We was without power for hours and hours and hours. Power finally come back on. And then I got up this morning at daybreak and started cutting limbs and trees and got most of it all cleaned up. And I told Mama Bird I need a break and I want to sluice some material.
So Gojo just came back in and said my little brother had gotten my phone. I'm sorry.
Well, Gojo, we're going to give you another chance. And we're going to let you hang out in here for a while because we love our viewers here. And if you earn another chance, you'll earn your moderation badge. Because accidents happen. And little brothers tend to do stuff like that.
Good morning, Kyle.
I was a little brother.
Kyle says, good hunting, my southern neighbor. They're from Canada. Hope you get some pickers. Bless Mama says, happy Monday. Oh, Careless, it was insane.
Stephanie says, do you come across gold often? You know, Stephanie, that's a hard, we come across micro gold often when we go, but we've been doing this a lot of years in Missouri, and we know where to go. Now, when I first started prospecting, it took me a lot of years to find my first piece of gold here. But once I did, then I started finding more and more and more. And I'm going to tell you right now, gold fever is real. It's highly addictive, and there isn't no cure for it. And honestly, I don't want one. I love it. I love being addicted to gold prospecting. It's so much fun. And we find a lot of gold, and 90% of everything we find, we give it away.
That's right, Tim. He said, please respect the channel, or you'll be sent to the train station. Yep, Adam always says, I got gold fever. That's right.
Gold fever.
My thermocell's in overdrive. I'm happy about that.
Got 46 amazing people in here.
Careless said, I didn't see header boxes at the mine, or I would have grabbed one. Next on my list. 08HB said, I like and subscribe.
Hey, what? Thank you, OAHP.
It's all good, Gojo.
Yep, Gojo, accidents happen. And you know what? You're apologizing. And here is a piece of jasper that Mama Bird don't even know that I have. Actually, I think it's Mama Bird's jasper.
It is now.
It's banded. Have a look at this.
That's my agate. Yes!
That's Mama Bird's agate.
That's my most
I
epic
said
agate
jasper.
ever.
And it's an agate.
Dennis Bigfoot says, why is gold found with black sand?
Because black sand, hematite and magnetite is what makes up your black sand. And it's a heavy. And gold is also a heavy. Gold has got a specific gravity of 19. That means it's 19 times heavier than water. Everything in water is measured by specific gravity. Everything in the atmosphere is measured by inches of mercury. So when we put any element in the water, then the density of that element, the highest density is going to win. It's going to go all the way to the bottom. And your black sands, which is hematite, and your magnetite, and sometimes your garnet sands, they all have a high specific gravity as well, between 5 and 8. And because of that, they're going to sink down in the fallout in the same spots that gold does. Now, just because you find black sand or quartz does not mean you're going to find gold. 80% of quartz does not contain gold. But 80% of the time when you find gold, you'll find quartz around it. I hope I was able to...
Stephen Culver, we are located in Missouri.
Gojo says her little brother didn't do it accidentally. He was trying to put everybody in timeout.
Well, little brothers could be stinkers.
Little brothers, I was a little brother, and I'll tell you what, we boys will be boys. So don't fret it, and you will earn your mods back before the end of the stream. Just stick with it. But you know what? Keep your phone, because the next time you won't just lose your moderation. You'll get banned from the channel, and that's an unfortunate.
I think I'm gonna have to go get my rain jacket.
Yeah, Stephen, I do recirculate the water. I've got 3 gallons of water in here, and we recirculate it, and we'll reuse this water over and over. Once the sediments settle, we filter it out, and we'll reuse it. And I have a really good surfactant in there, and that helps break the water tension and make sure that all the sediments drop down to the bottom, so it's easier to clean.
That's right, blind prospector. Mainly off grid. If you're starting out, there's some great videos out there to show you where to look.
There is some great channels in this stream right now that have got some great information and have a lot of fun. Another beautiful piece of mineralized quartz.
Well, 08HB, we're happy that you came in. They're going to try to come back later.
ONHB, come back later. I will remember you, the unique name, and your thumbnail. And if I see you in stream again, you've earned your moderation. You'll turn you blue. And you can connect to these other great channels, and you can help keep our channel safe.
Stephen Culver says, thank you very much for the explanation. I have a place in Arizona that I go to, a river sluice, just like you. Cool.
That is awesome, Stephen. Trying to reach that. Gojo says you remind me of Grandpa, and always used to go I remember that about you, Gojo. I really do.
Stop spamming or I will send you to the train station. Whiskey the doggo. There you go. Get him. Sick him.
Thank you, Dorothy.
Get him,
Dorothy is an amazing community supporter and an excellent moderator.
Stephen, we go live every Monday and Wednesday in the evening. This is a kind of just a pop-up live.
Daredevil says he's got to get a river sluice out to us to try. Ooh.
Not you, Gojo. That was somebody else. Dorothy took care of it. She was on it. She sent them to the training station. Packed up their dollies and dishes and sent them down.
Stephen, we do regular lives. I do every Monday night at 5:30 Central Standard Time, 6:30 Eastern. And Mama Bird, which is my counterpart, my lovely wife, she does a show every Wednesday night. And we're on both lives. And we'd love to have you come in and join us. We do giveaways all the time, almost every week. And tonight we're doing a duck race, a free duck race giveaway, where we're giving away 0.15 bag grams of gold pay dirt, straight from Missouri po' boy. Beautiful, beautiful pieces of rock. Yes, Gojo, we get our dirt from the creeks and the river. Sometimes we've got some ancient riverbeds that have dried up, and we sometimes go to them. We like to do that in wintertime, and we find it's mostly all micro gold, but we do find good gold.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate that.
The Card Kid 11 says, do you know what part in Missouri? I know exactly what part in Missouri. I was there. It's No Tellin' Creek. It's located in southeastern Missouri, and there's a mountain range. You can Google it. It's called the St. Francis Mountain Range. And if you Google the St. Francis Mountain Range and the history, you'll find that gold was discovered in a little town there in 1860. And it was discovered in mass quantity. And it actually started to trigger a gold rush in Missouri. But just as that information was getting out, in 1863, the Civil War broke out, and it put a kibosh. It ended the gold rush in Missouri, which is a good thing for us because now we're getting to go down and find, at times we're finding outcroppings that no one's ever touched, no one's ever prospected before. Now, the gold that we're looking at today, that the area that we're mined, or that we prospected at, has been mined. A lot of this was mined for granite, iron, copper, and silver. And at that time when it was mined, the gold was actually a byproduct. And because the way that they mined it, it crushed it up and did the ore, the gold got really fine. And the people that was keeping the gold, they used mercury to separate it and stuff with, and we sometimes find mercury in the water. But that's why we find so many fine micros, powdery, gold dust, whatever you want to call it. But we do, every once in a while, find some nice pickers.
Good morning, Miss Lisa.
Top of the morning to you, Lisa.
Gojo said I've actually been following you for about a month, and I was gold sniping one day and found a 10-gram nugget.
That is, you know what, Gojo,
Awesome.
they prospected with their grandpa, and I remember them talking to me on other lives and in the chat. And they're not at all new to the prospecting game. They've been doing it a while. So I don't doubt that at all, especially the area that they said they were in before, and I don't want to mention that area. If they want to, they can. But there has been some really, really good gold come out of that area.
Bobo Rob says I gotta go work. Gonna leave the stream playing on the laptop.
I
Awesome,
appreciate you, Rob. And you know what? You have a wonderful day, and we'll see you later tonight, brother.
Wizard King says hello.
Howdy, Wizard King. Yeah, I know that. And you had mentioned a couple of areas before that you had prospected with your grandpa, and that's why I didn't want to mention them myself. And I just seen another fleck of gold pop up. Woo-wee. Right there. Retinozer, can you get some golden some yellow candy? That's right. We're looking for that yellow candy. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Gojo said, ooh wee.
That's right. Ooh. You know, if you ever out prospecting or you watch some of our premieres, some of our videos, and you see OGP hit the gold, find it in his pan, I get a little crazy. I do this every time, and I've told everybody, if I ever lost that excitement, I'd quit, because that's why I do it. Did it go back?
How about? We're back.
Are we back?
We're back. Woohoo!
That was cool. First time I was able to fix it.
Wonder what happened.
I don't know.
Good morning, Land of Steel Fishing. Real Close Cabin.
I may need my little widget in the bag to plug the phone in.
Morning, Brad.
Top of the morning to you.
Widget in the back.
We had a slight malfunction. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I switched it. And it's fixed now. Beautiful piece of mineralized quartz right there. Have a look at that. Land is still fishing. Howdy. Yeah, Stephen, we're on Monday at 5:30 Central, every Monday on this channel, Gentleman Prospector. And then every Wednesday at 4:30 Central Standard Time, we're on at Mama Bird 70. That's Mama Bird's channel. If I could get someone to drop Mama Bird's link, that would be amazing, so that people could go in there and subscribe to that and hit the notification button. Because tonight at, I think it starts at 4:40, we have a premiere. And during the premiere, you'll get to see Mama Bird. It's Mama Bird's premiere. And you'll get to see her digging some of this material at this location right in Missouri in the St. Francis Mountains. And you'll get to see it. You'll get to see Mama Bird. You'll get to see GP. You'll get to see Hopper. You'll get to see Joe Weiss. And you'll get to see Lisa. The fishing guys. That's Joe Wife's wife.
Be more specific on widget.
There's Mama Bird's link. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, Dorothy. You are amazing. I'm going to pin that up at the top, and that way anybody can find it. James Joseph, welcome in.
Okay.
We're prospecting for gold. We are cleaning up some material that we got out of the St. Francis Mountain Range here in Missouri. And I'm seeing gold in the indicator map. I'm seeing some good indicators, mineralized quartz, some rhyolite, and some granites in here. And this is a wonderful location.
I don't see a widget. I need more information.
We're about to be rich, says James Joseph. I sure hope so. Purple Master 13, welcome in. Luna the Light Fury, howdy.
This?
Steve, I'm going to help you out here so you can connect to everybody here in the channel. There you go. You've been in the chat over 15 minutes. You've been kind and polite and humble, and we appreciate that. James Joseph says, how much is the setup? The battery widget, Mama Bird.
Oh. This?
Yeah. Jellywood, we're running some material down to 6-inch stretch sleeves that we got out of St. Francis Mountain Range here in Missouri. And we're looking for gold. Gold, I tell you.
You got coffee or you need coffee?
I need coffee. I always need coffee. Have a little gold juice in your cup. Gojo says they was in 3 states yesterday at one time. There's a spot down by the Boot Hill that you can be in 3 states at one time here in Missouri too. Pretty cool. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. It's almost time for a cleanup. Yeah, we're going to be doing, it is gold panning. That's how I got this bucket full of material, was panning it. And then I bring it home to clean it up, and I'm running it down the sluice. Now, here in Missouri, we're not allowed to have any sluicers, any equipment, only a pan and a scoop anytime you're on the national forest. So, and we were in the national forest when we got this. Therefore, all this material was panned out, and we're going to pan it out to clean it up. Panning is the most essential part of prospecting, of gold recovery.
Could someone please drop each link again for Stephen Culver? If I try to do that, I'll lose my stream.
Drop what?
Stephen Culver said, please repeat the websites again. I can't write as fast as you talk.
It's pinned at the top of the chat. Mama Bird's web page is pinned at the top of the chat. Dorothy dropped it, and I pinned it. And then I can put me in there, and then all you have to do is click on it. All I have to do is say Monday.
Awesome, Dorothy. Thank you.
At 5:30.
Jelly Wolf, it's not illegal to own them. You just can't use them there. You can use them at home or on private property.
And now, all you got to do is click on my name and it'll take you to my channel.
There you go.
You always want to make sure you get the bottom of the bucket, because that's where some of your gold's going to be at.
Jojo said they've been mining for 17 years now.
Yeah, and I knew that. You had said that before. Gojo's getting ready to get their moderator back. I got a feeling they'll keep that phone away from their little brother this time. Looky there! We got it! Look at these handles. These handles, at the end of the day, are hand and back savers. So much more gooder.
Warrenette said, yo, you were a gold digger. Faux show.
Faux show. All right, there you go, Gojo. Thank you. And keep that phone away from the little brother. Jelly Wolf says they had a gold pan set when they was a little younger. You know what, Jelly Wolf? Coming to the channel, coming to the live stream. Mondays and Wednesdays nights, we give away so many gold pans. We give away so much gold pay dirt. We even sometimes give away gold pickers and nuggets. Pickers on stickers.
Oh wow, Land of Steel Fishing said, I'm good. Finally got the game and fish to set 2 traps to get that big cat off my property.
The Trill Goon, the most gold that we ever got at one Pacific trip was, we got 7 grams. And that was in a 2.5 day trip. And that was on private land. We was running sluices and filling buckets. And it was a glorious time. And that was quite a bit of gold. $7 grams, not 7 grand. See, my hillbilly accent, yeah. 7 grand, which on today's market value is about close to $800.
Jelly Wolf says, I subscribe.
Thank you, Jelly Wolf. Appreciate that. And with your subscription, you earn a moderation. Now you can check out everybody's channel, and you can come in. We love to get people involved in prospecting. We love to get them involved in it. You know, we love to meet new people. We travel. We travel around the Midwest. We travel across out east. We go to Maine. We're hoping to go to New Hampshire. Maybe not this year. Maybe next year. But we want to go to the Wild Ammonoosuc and pan there.
Lisa said, sweet handles. Is she talking about the bucket handles?
Hey, Logan Silver, welcome back, partner.
If so, the bucket handles came from Megadog 555.
Yeah, the bucket handles came from Megadog 555 as a gift. And I do see a lot of micros and a couple flakes here. I'm going to pull the camera over so you guys can see it. And then we're going to clean it out before I lose battery, because my phone's
Lisa said she tried to give Mama Bird a shout out on the fire truck, GP, but it ended up with
All right, this showing you the cells in the dream mat. And when I get up here, I want to show you, I got a nice little flake right there. Let me zoom in on it. That is a nice little flake of Missouri gold right there. And then if you just move over just a little bit, there's another little piece of gold. And then you go up here, you can see another one. And then up here at the very top, this is where I always look for the micro. See that line of micro gold up there? And we're going to zoom in a little more.
That's awesome.
Ooh-wee! Would you look at that one time? Come on with it. If that don't make your blood pump and your hearts rush, I'm going to tell you what.
Broco's Cabin said that's pretty.
Check your pulse. Got 41 amazing people in here. 68 likes. I sure appreciate it. Gojo says, yeah, it's a large mouth. So we're gonna clean this whole dream mat up. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take his phone back over here. I'm working on 2 tables, and there is so much ample room. And Mama Bird set my little battery charger in the one place that I have no chance of reaching it.
Jeffrey Button said, I saw more, GP. Can I have the ones you don't see?
I bet you did see more, Jeffrey. My old eyes they have trouble sometimes. But you know what? We're gonna clean it out, and then we're gonna see if we can find it all. We're gonna try to get it all, Jeffrey. I gotta try to plug this cable in without losing the stream. Hopefully I can. Turn my widget on.
Widget.
Okay. I'm gonna need another phone cable. This one must have got wet during the storm.
You want the blue one?
No, that would not work on this. This is an
Do you want me to go get
iPhone.
one?
So we're gonna clean this mat out. First thing we're gonna do is all these tellings. This is everything we just ran. I'm gonna take and put these to the side because we're gonna rerun these at another time, just in case the dream mat messed something. And I'm gonna take my gold pan here, and I'm gonna set it down in here. I'm gonna put a little clean water in there. And now we're gonna dump it out. We're gonna clean this mat out.
Do I need to go get a new one?
We just loosen this wing nut. I'm gonna set my phone or my tablet over here. Jeffrey's watching on a 43-inch screen. I bet you did see stuff I didn't see, Jeffrey. Guarantee it. Carefully slide this dream mat out. Oh, there, you know what? I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to pull this camera back over here. You guys have got to see this. There is so much tiny micro gold when I started to pull that dream mat out. It's not even funny. I love it. Ooh-wee. Look at this. Look at this. Zoom in. Oh, my heart's racing. Look at all that. Can you see that, guys? Look at all that tiny micros. Straight out of Missouri. We got to go. We're going to put it in the pan. Yeah, you know. Look at that. Amazing.
Should I change the box?
We're going to set it right here. I'll come back around there so that you guys can watch me do the clean out. We got a pan sitting right there. That was epic, Mama Bird. We're going to try this other charger.
Hopefully that works. Who invited these bugs into my coffee? Fish and that getting gold.
That took care of it. Phone is charging. So we're going to clean this dude out. We're going to clean it out for you 43 amazing viewers.
Wandera Vincent and Fishing Ray. Fishing Ray says, "What's going on?"
You didn't see this, Mama Bird?
I didn't. I was in there getting a charger.
Look at all that micro.
Oh yeah.
Was I on it?
Yeah.
Give me some of that. Yeah.
Excellent. Hojo's gonna be happy.
Hojo's gonna be happy. We're gonna clean this green mat out, give it a little shake, a little twist, a little wiggle. We're gonna put everything down into that pan.
The card kid says, "I'm back."
Welcome back, card kid. Oh my goodness. And we're gonna look at it. How about that? Dream mat. Less cons, more gold. In my about section on my page, you'll be able to find we are Dream Mat affiliated, and if you guys, any of you are interested in getting a Dream Mat product, you get a 5% discount just by clicking on that link, and it takes you right to it. Here's that indicator mat where we were seeing all that gold at. We're going to slide it out here, just like so. We're going to put it down here in the pan, clean it out.
Gojo said his 8-year-old brother is literally crying because he won't give him his phone back.
Well, you're being a good moderator, Gojo, by not letting your little brother have the phone back. He literally tried to time everybody in chat out a while ago. And he was doing a pretty good job.
I'm a little jealous. The 8-year-old can work the phone better than me.
Oh, I know, right?
Hey, Nick Muller.
I'm going to pull this back just a little bit, and I'm going to turn it back on so I can push anything that's in there down into my pan.
Nick Muller's another one of our Canadian friends, right?
He is.
Awesome, Stephen. Thank you. We look forward to seeing you tonight.
We'll put this back together. Put my indicator mat under there. Slide this combo mat by Dream Mat back in there. Tighten my wing nut.
Fish and Ray said, "Gentleman Prospector just subscribed."
Well, thank you. Thank you, Fish and Ray. Appreciate that. And I will reciprocate in like, I promise you. All my new subscribers, I always go check their channel out and subscribe back. Now, we're going to take this, set my tablet down one time. And here is the clean out. Here's the cons. We turn that bucket of cons of material into just that. And that, I thought I seen a nugget.
Did you have?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, my heart skipped. It was a yellow rock, stupid yellow rock.
Well, Brinley McCoy, welcome.
And then
Moderator by hanging out.
we're gonna turn the camera here so you guys can watch me pan this out. I'm gonna zoom it in just a little bit, and I always pan it out in a catch pan. See my catch pan? That way I can pan it 2 or 3 times, and know I got all my material. Now, we're going to let specific gravity work for us. We're going to stratify. This process is called stratify. We just shake it back and forth. Stratify, stratify. Everybody likes to stratify. And then as we stratify it down there like so, now we're going to take it and the lighter material, like that yellow rock that almost caused GP to have a heart attack, we're going to wash that lighter material off into my catch pan, and we're going to stratify it back down. Going to wash the lighter material back off into the catch pan, stratify it back down. Going to give it a little tap. Gold will follow the tap. You can train your gold.
Stephanie says this is a neat process. Thanks for sharing.
Well, thank you for being here, Stephanie.
And Starlight Zen Space said they just subbed and liked. And so did Brinley McCoy.
We're
and
adding
says,
Stephanie as a moderator.
Brinley McCoy said, "How do I become a mod?" They're subbed.
Just stick it, stay in the channel there for 15-20 minutes, and you will earn your modernization. We just want to make sure that you're good folks, and we do have plenty of managing moderators that will get rid of you if you're not a good person. We're going to pan that lighter stuff off one more time. Get rid of that big old piece of rhyolite there. Another one. And now, going to stratify down.
The card kid said I just subbed also. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. And we're going to pull this material back. Now, oh my God, look at all this.
Heart skip.
Good Lord, look at all that flower gold in there. That's shiny. Ooh-wee. That is a lot of gold. I'm going to have to stratify that back in there.
It's J-Rose says, I'm good, folk. Good to know. Adam says, nice, shiny.
And then I'm going to pull this back. I'm going to watch my field as I'm pulling it back to make sure I don't see anything going over the hump. Now I've got a little, we call these fairy ears. And that's when the gold starts leaching out in the corner. I've seen a piece of pyrite. And I'm going to take this like that. And then I'm going to wash that lighter material back down. Get rid of all of it. We're going to stratify it back down.
Roll call says, tiny or big, gold is gold. That's right, roll call's cabin.
It all matters. All gold matters. And you know what? All gold must be liberated. And I'm going to liberate the hell out of all that flower gold right there. Come on with that. I'm going to concentrate on this left side because that right side is just loaded. It is loaded with some tiny micros.
Fish and Ray said I had never seen gold.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. I am the very first set of eyes to ever look at this gold. First set of eyes in the entire universe that has ever seen that gold. And all of you guys looking here at me, yous are the second, third, fourth, fifth, all the way up to the 47th set of eyes that have ever seen that.
Think about that. How amazing is that? In the entire universe. Nolan McDonald, welcome in. Banana Pookie. A long time, Banana Pookie.
Gold was not formed on the earth. Gold was deposited on the earth. Gold comes from when stars explode, an atom split, it generated it and created it. And look at that. Guys, I'm sorry I keep showing it to you, but that's excitement. That's what we're here for. That's what it's all about right there. Oh, I see a little tiny piece of micro gold trying to get away. Would you look at all this black sand? This spot that we have in St. Francis Mountain Range is the absolute most black sand that I have ever found anywhere in my whole time of prospecting. More than any other state I ever been in. It is loaded.
Tim Ivins is up to 192 subs. Woo, woo.
Woo! Good job, Tim.
If you all haven't subscribed to Tim, he's an awesome supporter of the channels for everybody that he's around.
He's a great community supporter.
That's why we give you guys the mods also, not just to be on troll patrol, but to check each other's channel out.
That's right. Look at each other's contact. Check each other out. And you know what? Hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel is absolutely free. And anything free is worth saving up for.
Brad said, let's see the shiny.
We got some in here, Brad.
Pure Alaska, good morning.
This thing is loaded with so many micros. I can't believe it. It's crazy. I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to have to, I hate doing this, but I'm going to have to suck some of these up because there's just too many. I'm going to lose them if I don't start controlling them.
Here's your snuffer. We woke up this morning to more downed limbs overnight that must have got weakened in the first huge storm. And the snuffy was gone.
Yeah, my nuffy was gone. I had it sitting out on the table and it was gone. The wind took nuffy. Look at this. Can you guys see that? And it's coming through on both sides now. So that gold is all the way around that pan up there in the top.
Nolan
So
McDonald said, I just subbed. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to take my snuffer bottle here and I'm going to suck some of that up and some of that black sands. I normally don't do this.
Brad, can you even believe how much black sand is that? That place had more black sand than we've ever seen. Ever. And we thought Maine had a lot of black sand.
Yeah, I did. And this place, well, I have a premiere that'll be coming out Wednesday that I pull one scoop out of the ground and show it, and it is solid black sand. One scoop, and then it's just nothing but black sand, and it's that way all the way down. Every scoop you take.
Pure Alaska said they're driving, can't chat, but wanted to say howdy.
Howdy, Pure Alaska. Glad you're here. You guys be safe driving around out there.
Nick Moeller says, I'm 216 away from my 4,000. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Congrats. Card Kids got 26.98 subs. The cool thing about this community is you don't have to just be one single thing. We all go back and forth and support each other.
We call it the treasure family. And everything, the treasure is within you guys. That's where the treasure lies.
Gojo said, I'll give you a spot, gentleman prospector. If you ever get into Oregon, go to Ash Creek.
Ash Creek. You know, that Oregon is on our list to go to places, and Hobo Rob is from Oregon, and he finds some amazing gold. He was in chat earlier, but he had to get to work.
Murphy, welcome in. They said, I just found my first gold in Pennsylvania. Way to go.
Very nice. And there's good gold in Pennsylvania. You know, there's beach gold in Pennsylvania, Lake Erie.
And welcome in Charlie Spone. They said, we love this in Arizona. Awesome, Jeffrey. He's back up to 111. Way to go, man.
Piece of pyrite just rolled down.
Ah, thought it was falling.
So many black sands. Do a quick pullback. Oh, somebody earlier was asking about lead. Look at that big old piece of lead right there. So much micro gold in there.
Friendly, we are doing awesome. Hope you are too.
That we have definitely got enough to move the scales. So when we get this cleaned up, guys, we will definitely dry it out and weigh it up and see what we pulled out of there. And I'm gonna have to run all these tellings here, Mama Bird, down the micro cleanup sluice by the Flower Gold Wizard, because there's some gold in here that even through my bifocals is tiny.
We were beginning to think this live wasn't going to happen. GP was set up yesterday, and then we got 80 and 100 mile an hour winds. Some places they reported 140 mile an hour straight line winds. My friend Jess at My Lovely Crass had a tree poke through her roof into their bedroom. It was crazy.
Crazy winds.
Awesome, Brad.
The Card Kid.
Lurking and working. Brad's an awesome supporter as well.
I'm going to turn the Card Kid into a moderator. They've been in here long enough.
No, Gojo, it's just straight
Brindley
line winds.
McCoy and Nolan McDonald. If you guys stick around in here a little bit, you also will learn that.
Pure Alaska says, can you use a magnet to remove the final amount of black sand from the gold?
You can, but whenever you get down to the micros, let me see if I can zoom in where you guys can see exactly how small these are. There is some tiny, we call this makeup gold when it's that small. A lot of times because the black sands are bigger, they will pick the gold up and embody it and trap it in there. But I do have a neodymium magnet here, right here, and I'll zoom that camera back out and I'll demonstrate what I'm talking about, guys.
Jess said that her dad rolled
So
out of the way just in time.
if I just hover that above it and not actually go down and touch it, you can see the magnetics lift up on that, start to lift up. The only time I use a magnet is if the material is 100% dry or 100% wet. And I prefer to use it wet, and I can see micros that picked up just like that. And now I can take them and drop them down into my other bucket. And if I do the same thing up here, let me put a little more water in my pan. And I just hover it. I don't touch the material with it. I just put it in the water and hover it, and you can watch it just pull up like so. And look, booyah, see? And now let me shake that all back down. Let me get a spot to drop these in. And I put it back in the water and I drop it, and it cleans the magnet. And then I will hover it again like so, and that's straight magnetics. That is another way to get the magnetics off. And if we repeat that process over and over, we eventually will get to anything that's magnetic. Now, with that being said, all black sands isn't magnetics. Magnetite is magnetic. Hematite is not magnetic. And Missouri in the St. Francis mountain range has both hematite and magnetite. And there was a lot of tiny flour gold in that I just picked up. But by doing it twice and doing it in the water, keeping everything wet, I left the gold behind. So we did just remove some magnetics.
Thank you, Gojo. I appreciate that. Eclipse says, you sound just like Forrest Gump.
I kind of look like Forrest Gump, too. I wish I was that handsome. Tom is a handsome guy, man.
Nola McDonald said, how long has this been running? How long have you been on today? An hour, maybe?
Yeah, 73 minutes. We got 68 amazing people. I appreciate that. I feel so humble, and 87 likes.
Morning, Harvey Hicks. Nick Molnar, you have a great day, too. Thanks for coming in.
Yep, and you know what, Mama Bird? Nick Molnar is getting ready to get, if Customs lets it go through, a GP bag.
Woohoo!
I've got it all made up, got his address, and we're gonna send it through. We've had good luck sending pay dirt to Canada, so we're gonna send him a bag.
There's our awesome pal, All Things Country.
All Things Country. I said Canada 3 times.
And poof.
And the legend himself, the Canadian legend, All Things Country, appears.
All Things Country is also one of the most supportive channels out there.
So positive, so kind and humble, a great guy. I could not recommend a better guy. He does a lot of giveaways too, Mama
And
Bird.
he does a lot of support for other people.
A lot of channel support. He likes to build channels up, and he does a lot of educational videos as well that helps people. You know, I seen All Things Country pan gold in a wheelbarrow one time. True story.
Nola McDonald said, what is your names? You mean the channel names?
My name? Ken. Gentleman Prospector. Top of the morning to you.
Brad says, I'll be there in July for the nugget hunt in NorCal. Nice. How many times have you been to the Yuba, Brad?
He's been there quite a bit. So much flour gold. This is unreal.
ATC, we came out to find that there was another giant skylight in the last canopy that we
Yeah,
had.
let me turn this camera up one time. This branch that I now have all cut up, this pile of brush here, that big part over here, right there, was sticking through my camper. So I got a new skylight in my camper. Craziness.
Got it, Brad.
Craziness.
Good morning, Rick Hay.
Welcome
Said,
in.
hi, gentleman prospector.
Top of the morning to you.
I was gonna try to mod him, but I can't.
You'll have to do it on my tablet or my phone.
Let me do that. Because we know Mr. Rick Hay.
Yes, we do. From Rick and Angie's.
We need to have them on.
We do need to have them on.
All right, there you go, Rick.
Look at all this flower gold that's shining through. These are some the heaviest black sands that Missouri has to offer. And there's so much of them at this place. It's crazy. The amount is just absolutely unreal.
Yikes. ATC said, that sucks. I had a 50-footer fall off the other day. Didn't hurt anything, though. The Flint guy, welcome. He said, glass cutter plus some glass, and you can make a square and flex seal, and poof, got a new window in the roof.
There you go. Unfortunately, the camper that it went through is one mama bird will not let me get rid of. It's a 1956 Yellowstone. It's all been refurbished on the inside, and it looks like it's getting ready to get refurbished again. But she loves that old camper. I love it too. It's a great camper, and it's really cute on the inside. And she's got it all dolled up with neon and retro stuff and old retro signs in the kitchen area.
It's pretty small. You can't go far. You don't have to go far to get to the kitchen from the bed.
It does have a bathroom in it, no shower, but it has a toilet, and it's so small. The toilet is if you have to leave the door open to use the toilet.
Otherwise, you can't sit down. That's right. It's a relic in itself, Flint guy.
I am definitely going to rerun all of this material
Yes, sir.
down the smooth water cleanup sluice, the micro mini cleanup sluice, because they're...
You got 50 awesome folks still in here.
That's awesome. If you already haven't, please remember to hit that like button and subscribe. It's free, and anything free is worth saving up for. And connect to some of these other amazing channels in here. We like to help everyone get the channel built up. And I know this channel is called the Gentleman Prospector, and we are everything to do with the outdoors. And the reason that I call it the Gentleman Prospector, is anytime you go outdoors, and no matter if you're fishing, you're hunting, foraging, camping, whatever you're doing, you're going with the prospect that you're going to find something, do something, have fun. And we have found that the absolute most fun there is connecting with guys like people like you.
Jason E. Miner, good morning.
Top of the morning to you, Jason E. Miner.
He said, so what you're saying is y'all got to be a little kinky to go camping together.
We can get a little kinky.
You got to be tight in that camper, I tell you.
You know, and that camper, it comfortably sleeps 6. It has 3 really big beds in it. So they were thinking way more of comfort on your resting than it was about utilizing the restroom facilities.
Good morning, GS Prospecting.
GS Prospecting. Howdy, pal. Welcome in. I want you guys to have a look at this tiny, tiny micro gold. There's tons of it, but this is what we've been pulling out down at the St. Francis Mountain Range here in Missouri. We haven't run into the no big stuff yet, but we haven't got down very deep. We're having to use garden scoops and pan only because it's national forest. And anyone that's ever dug and tried to get through clay and hard pack knows our pain. It's tough, but we will. We will eventually get down and get through it. Now, I did pull a nice little flattened flake out of that bedrock. Yeah, Mama Bird, there's a piece of lead. There's a piece of lead.
I got a little tiny piece of shot down in that crevice. I was hoping for a
That's
nug.
pretty good size. That's a number 4 at least.
Ouch, Brindley. That doesn't sound good.
We're getting this pan down. And what I'm doing, guys, is I'm just panning it down and I'm watching my field. And if I see any of that tiny flower gold, see there's a piece trying to sneak down, that's when I reset it. I rinse off the material that I've got in there. And then I re-stratify her back down. Utilizing the density of the gold and the specific gravity of the water.
There's a thought. Dennis Bigfoot said, I think if your pan had some shallow dimples on the side, it would speed your process and make it easier. Just saying.
And it might. But when
Hey,
I am so used to panning with just a normal pan, that's what I use. Jeff Brewer's in the house. Claim jumper in the house. Here he comes.
Morning, Mr. Ducky, sir.
Jeff and Scott is having an amazing time right now. North Carolina, they're prospecting and finding some shiny. And they're eating cinnamon rolls without me.
Brian Dugan says, hello from Scotland, Dundee. How is everyone?
Well, top of the morning to you. Well, it'll be top of the evening to you and the rest of the day to you, sir. He in Scotland, it's evening over there.
GP's got a serious pan.
These are so tiny, these micros are. All this material, I'm going to run down the Flower Gold Wizard Micro Mini Cleanup Sluice. Scott Sharp!
He said breakfast is ready.
Breakfast ready. What we having for breakfast today? You say more cinnamon rolls, I'm getting in the truck and heading that way, man.
Brewer said they had hash browns, sausage, and eggs.
Sounds delicious.
Sounds like Prospector fuel kind of breakfast.
Yep. Looky here at all these micros, guys. Can you see that? Can you see all them micros?
If you guys like honey, J&D's has some awesome honey. If you want to go check out their channel and get hooked up with that.
They do have some great honey. And you know what? We are out of their honey, Mama, but we're going to have to get some more.
Fish and Ray says, I'm going to have pancakes and eggs.
Pancakes and eggs. You know, we might have some waffle and eggs after we get done with this, depending on how many years it takes me to pan this out.
J&D said, I'll send you some more. Brindley says, do you sell your gold?
We do sell some of them. We do. But we give away about 90% of it. But I have a local buyer, assayer, that he gives me a good price, and we do sell some of our gold.
Dennis, I don't think he could get that sand to be any smaller.
Yeah, it is some imposta sands right here. Straight out Missouri. We got the pasta sand.
Gold. J&D said, in the Momo box. Very cool, Logan Silva. That's cool history. Dorothy, thank you so much, sister.
Dorothy, thank you for helping out and being a great moderator and such a wonderful community supporter.
She's gonna go spend
We
time
love
with
you.
the grandkids.
That's what it's all about. You know, grandkids was our reward for not killing our kids when they were young.
Right? Dennis Bigfoot said, what would it do if you smelted like that?
If I what?
If you smelted that sand?
Well, it would break it out. But you know, this I love to pan, and this process I'm fairly efficient at it, especially on this tiny. I don't know if the camera is picking up how small this is. This is what we call here. We would call makeup gold, but it is some tiny stuff. And I think it's going to be enough to move the scale, Mama Bird. I see a big old hunk of pyrite rolling around in there, too.
J&D said the honey's coming in hot and heavy right now. It won't be too long. Nolan wants to know what the name of that pan is.
This is a sluice fox pan. This is Mama Bird's very first pan. And we started using it about 6 years ago to just for a cleanup pan. And it is so nice to use. We're used to using it. Out on the river, we use Garrett. I use a Garrett Super Sluice, and Mama Bird uses a smaller version Garrett pan.
That's right. Christopher Sarton, welcome. He says flower gold.
Lots of it, too. Lots of it. We're going to suck some of that up.
Mustang says Yukon Cornelius would be jealous. Brindley says, how long are you going to be live?
I don't know until I get this cleaned up and weighed out. Yukon Cornelius. Isn't that from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
It is.
Took me a second to connect the name. I knew it was familiar.
There you go, Nolan. Sluice fox. Later, Adam. Thanks for hanging out with us, sir. We appreciate you.
Nolan, you earned your modernization there, pal. You've been in here a while.
I believe Brindley's been in here the whole time.
I do too.
See you later, Jess.
Jess, thank you for coming in. If you need something, let us know.
And Jess, there's easier ways to get a hot tub in your room than poking a hole in your ceiling with a tree. I'm just saying.
That was a crazy storm last night. And you know, Jess is local. She's one of Mama Bird's friends, and she knows what we went through yesterday. It was rough.
Well, I meant to say hobby, J-Ro, and it auto-corrected to Jerome. He said, do you do this full time? I was trying to put that we do it as a hobby.
This is just, we're hobbyists. This is prospecting as a hobby. We're not miners.
Mustang said yes from Rudolph. He said, I'll go by Jerome. Sorry about that. My autocorrect goes a little faster than I do sometimes. Oh, you guys are awesome, J&Ds. Sending some extra bottles for giveaways to all my Prospector friends.
That is a big chunk of pyrite. 2 of them right there, guys.
Howdy, Fishing Ray.
Nice cubed up Missouri pyrite right there.
Holy schwow, Brindley says 1 like away from 100. That's awesome.
I'm so humbled. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you, Jazz08.
This old country boy don't deserve nothing like that, but I appreciate it.
Hi, Barbara. That's correct, J-Ro. Separating the black sand from the gold. Just got 100 likes. Whoop whoop.
Ooh-wee. I see some more lead in there. See some more pyrite in there, and I see lots of gold in there. And I know that some of that micro flyer gold that I am washing out. But I am going to later today set my micro mini cleanup sluice up, and we're going to run this down it and see how much I missed. Because we all miss gold. There's a piece of lead.
Logan Silva says just drag a magnet across the bottom. It's not quite that easy.
Yeah, I've got a neodymium magnet, and a lot of this is non-magnetic. This is, you got to remember, Logan, that magnetite is magnetic, but hematite is not magnetic. And when the gold is this fine, if you do run a magnet down it, you take a big risk of picking up some of this tiny gold. And with gold at $106 a gram right now, you want to get all of it. I don't know how much is in here. We're going to weigh it, but whatever's in here, Mama Bird,
yeah.
I think that we're going to make our very first a brand new pay dirt up with this material and give it away.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to use this material with this gold that it came out of and let somebody else see the fun that it is, because this is fun to pan. I'm not going to kid you one time. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. A couple more little pieces of lead in there. Got to get rid of. A flat piece. We're almost ready for a snuffer dump. And once we do that, we got to clean up a little more, because I stuck some black sands up in that snuffer early on. But, I mean, look at that right now. Look at that shine. And there's a couple pieces in there that are decent little sized flakes of gold. And on this hole, I only got down about 2 foot deep. I hit clay at 18 or about 10 inches down. And I got down about 2 foot deep is it. So if that hole is still accessible, I'm continue to dig, because it'll be easier to dig next time.
Good morning, Josh. He says nice gold. So we do this any chance we get, go prospecting, but we're live every Monday and Wednesday. And GS says, I have the Veterans Suicide Awareness Box for Lord Shadow's awareness benefit. If you would like to have it next, let me know, GP.
Is that the Share the Love box?
I'm not sure. I think the Share the Love box changed names somehow.
Yeah.
And we've already had it.
Yeah, we was the very first ones to have it, GS. If that's what it is.
But it looked like
there's some black
removed
sands
some
in
stuff
here that I've got to get rid of. So I'm gonna dump this out, and we're gonna finish panning them black sands off, and then suck them back up. Yeah, I think the name got changed on it.
And some of the items seem to have been removed that we placed in there.
Yeah, some of our stickers got taken out and stuff, but that's okay. It's not what it's about.
Awesome. Scott.
The purpose it is about is amazing, and we are 100% behind it.
Scott Sharp says they're heading up on Vane Mountain to Brackettown, where they mine gold in the 1830s today. That's awesome. I hope you guys smash it.
They mined gold here. We're finding all this tiny stuff in 1863. And they only mined it for about 4 months, and then they was fighting a civil war. And then after they went to mining lead, as you can imagine, and copper, because they needed that for the Civil War.
Fish and Ray's been here quite a while. Good morning, Marines and Army.
Do I need to? That is a huge pile of gold. Howdy, Fish and Ray. We're gonna. You've been in here for quite a while, Marines and Army, Mom. You've been in here lots of times, and I don't know why you're not moderated, but there you go. You are now. I see Marines and Army, Mom, on a lot of the fishing channels,
Yeah.
and
Thank you, Tim. The rain stopped and the sun's popping out. I'm gonna have to lose this jacket. It's getting warm.
I'm getting this down to the nitty gritty now. We're getting ready to dry it up, weigh it up, and I'm excited.
I got 5% on my battery left.
Well, you may have to use the tablet.
GS says that's nice AU indeed. Yeah.
Can you see that smile? It's all tiny micros, but you know how it is, GS. And this area that we were at it has been mined before, and a lot of this is a byproduct of the iron and copper and silver that they took out of there in the 18th century. That piece right there is trying to float down, which tells me it's a pretty heavy little piece of gold. It's a feeler. I can feel it.
Tim said, "There's my choo-choo train." Yep, they can hear
Woo
it.
woo! I hear that train a coming. It's coming round the bend. I'm gonna get a copyright singing like that, man.
Our boy just texted me and said they just got power back on this morning.
Which boy? We have 3 of them.
Springfield.
That boy. Gotcha. All right. There is still just a tiny bit of sand in there. I'm gonna, hopefully it won't make my eye twitch too much, but that's pretty clean. Flour micro gold, and it's got a couple feelers. There's a couple little feelers in there. We're gonna suck that up. We're gonna dry it up, and then we're gonna see if it'll move the scales.
Scott Sharp, you have a golden day too, sir.
Scott, you and Jeff Brewers, I hope you guys smash it, and look forward to seeing them videos and lives coming out.
Brindley, we appreciate you being here. Heading out for breakfast.
All right, we got it. So I'm gonna move this out of the way.
Lisa said, "Very nice, GP."
I'm gonna dump it off into here, and then we're gonna fire up the torch of terror.
Torch of terror. Awesome, Fish and Ray. I will return that. I appreciate that support. I'm really close to my 700, and we're going to do a giveaway.
Yep, as soon as Mama Bird hits 700, we've got some magnificent gifts to give away. Just for being a subscriber.
Scott says, everyone have a golden day and get out and enjoy life. That's right.
That is what it's all about, Scott. It's going to dry it up. We got a bug in there. A bug just flew to its immediate death, and now we're cooking it. Wondering what was for breakfast? All right, I think we got her dry. Let me move some of this out of the way here.
You gonna eat that bug?
Not all of it. I'll share. I may have to stand here where it shadows that to see that or the scale. Let's see. Can you guys see that? Because that sun's coming out now.
Yeah, it is.
I think they can see it. Can you guys see the scale? Tear it out.
I'm behind. Mine still shows you panning. Stephen Olst, welcome. Says yep. Jeffrey Button says yep.
Here's that gold. There's that gold, baby. Let's see what it weighs. Booyah! 0.472. 0.472. Hey, you know what? That's a win. That's $50 worth of gold, no matter how you look at it. 0.472. It just went down 0.469. It's cooling off. Getting lighter.
Alfred says, wow, good for you. Everybody says nice. Later, Ray. Thanks for hanging out with us. He's going to go make some breakfast.
So there you have it. There might be a micro left in there.
Logan Silva's been in here quite a while.
That's a win, guys. That's a win. That's a win. That's a win. So I'm gonna close this down so the wind don't come up and blow that out.
That'd be a bummer.
Beautiful gold. I'm gonna loosen this up one time. I'm gonna turn this back up here. Shrink that screen back down so you guys can see my ugly mug. I'm gonna talk to y'all. I'm gonna get back over here and talk to y'all. How about that cleanup? Get filed on that cleanup, my boy. Oh yeah. That's a win. I don't care who you are. 0.47 it says right now. So, you know, it's almost a half a gram. Almost a half a gram. That's a win.
That's a win all day.
Now that was a lot of work. Several hours worth of work. Let me turn that camera up just a little bit.
Logan Silva has been in here probably last hour.
Yes, you have, Logan.
Clean up on aisle 2, Tim said. That's right. GP would cry, I guarantee it.
So that, you know what? It's all tiny, micro, small gold, but all gold matters. And you know what? We took our time, we cleaned it up, and I know I panned some of that out. I know I did. I'm gonna rerun the tailings. I'm gonna run that other stuff down my Flower Gold Wizard micro cleanup sluice, and we're gonna make it happen. The machine tank. This is a cleanup sluice. This is a 6-inch Flower Gold Wizard smooth water header box. It runs into a Trek Dream Mat Trek sluice that has a combination mat in there, and I've got it hooked up to a speed controller with an 1100 gallon per hour bilge pump, and that's what it looks like when it's turned on. And I can crank the speed up and make it rock and roll, make it look like a riffle, or I can slow the speed down to nothing but a dribble.
Later, Jason. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Jason, take care, brother. Go grab them smokes.
Terry, no.
Terry, I could not constantly make a living. There are a lot of people that do, but me, no. No, I couldn't. I'm a retired firefighter paramedic, and Mama Bird works every day hard. She works for a public school, and I'm going to tell you that that's how we make our living. This is all being a hobby. Make it talk, 555.
Thought that was a Bigfoot foot bath.
It can be. It could be a Bigfoot recirculating foot dilator.
Yeah, SNL, it's really high right now.
$105 per gram. I just pulled out a half a gram. Now that took us a few days to get. Big, huge process. You guys can see the premieres coming out. Mama Bird's got a premiere coming out tonight. And then I have one that'll be coming out Wednesday night. And then I'm live tonight, and Mama Bird's live Wednesday night. And you know what? We still got 2 more buckets of this stuff to clean up. 2 more that we brought home with us from our adventure in the mountains. So yeah, $105 a gram, and I just got to pull the half a gram out. So you know, 50 bucks. 50 bucks worth of gold. You know, tank of gas. Where we go to get this out is exactly 4 hours one way from our house, and it's a hard 4 hours. And 4 hours there, 4 hours back. So when we go, we stay. We camp out, or we go to the closest town, which isn't that far away, and we rent a motel room and we'll sleep in a motel room, depending on what the circumstance is. We prefer to camp out because where we go, some amazing fishing. Mama Bird caught some big old flathead. I caught some nice flathead. Lisa caught some nice flathead. Joe caught a buzz.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Following Ghost, good morning. Marine and Army Mom, thank you so much for the sub
So
on my
everybody,
channel.
I appreciate you coming in. Thank you all so much for the support. We hope to see you tonight. Good luck tonight if you're on the channel, winning some of that Missouri Po' Boy pay dirt. It's got 0.51 grams of gold added to it. No telling how much is in there. It's all unsearched material. It's much easier to pan out than what this was because it's from a different hotel, different location. Thank you, Mega Dog. I seen that. We're going to take it out. And I was like, you know what? I bet Mega takes that old boy out. Put him on the train. Send him packing. We love each and every one of you. We hope that you all stay kind, stay humble, spread the love, and don't forget, share the kindness. Kindness is contagious. Pass it around. Share it with one another. And you know what a great world this is coming. I'm gonna go. I got a mess to clean up. I got gold to put away, and it looks like it could start raining again. And I still got more of a mess to clean up. So take care, guys. We'll see you later this evening.